Hi everybody. So today is Friday, November 15th. Today is the first day of rifle deer hunting in Michigan. So it's kind of a big deal for a lot of people. Not so much for me, but for a lot of people it is. I'm sure my dad is out hunting today. So I'm Tracy and this is Fresh Coast Cross Stitch, and thank you for watching my video. In fact, thank you to everybody for watching my video. I'm so excited. You have no idea. When I posted the video last week, I seriously thought that probably just my mom and my sister would watch it, and maybe my husband, and that would be it. And the last time I checked, which was yesterday, I had 132 views, which is incredible to me, and 28 subscribers. And I know in the world of YouTube, that's really not that big of a deal, but it's a huge deal to me. So thank you, everybody. And so I have noticed that a lot of you have your own channels. So one of the things that I plan to do this weekend when I have a little bit of time is to go through and check out your stuff too, and like and subscribe and, you know, return the favor. So I'll be doing that. This week has been crazy in Michigan. I don't know if anybody who's watching is from Michigan or not, but so usually this time of year the weather is like high 40s, low 50s. It's been in the 20s and low 30s all week, and on Sunday night into Monday, we actually got 6 inches of snow where I live. Some places south of us got 2 feet of snow. It's crazy for November, but it's supposed to warm up a little bit this week, so hopefully some of that will melt. We didn't even get a chance to rake up all of our leaves because it snowed so soon. So I'm gonna get right down to it because I have to go wake up my family soon. It's kind of early on Friday morning. So first, I wasn't sure if I was going to show this full piece. Oh, I need to stop bouncing the table. I wasn't sure if I was going to show this full piece because it's a gift for somebody, and I kind of don't want to ruin the gift, but I'm just not going to say who it's for, and if they figure it out, then so be it. It's not that big of a deal. So this is the piece I've been working on for the whole year. I started it at, I think on actually like January 2nd, and it's called My Daily Bath. And it's all finished. All I have left to do is the back stitching that I've kind of started working on. So this is it. It's kind of wrinkly. I don't know if you can see it real good. Hopefully by the time I do a video next week, it'll be finished and washed and ironed, and you'll be able to see it really good. But this has been a fun project. So I'll be excited when it's done though, and can move on to something else. Thank you everybody for your opinions on what to do with my Persia project. I think I am just going to leave it like it is. Everybody seems to like it. I'll show it again in case you haven't seen it. This is what it looks like. I had been working on it and stopped so that I could work on My Daily Bath and get that done since it was a gift. But I'm excited to start working on this again. And this one is on 18 count Aida, and when it's finished, it'll be about 15 inches by 15 inches. So not huge, but pretty good size, and it'll probably take me a little bit to get it finished. I talked about Be Still last week. If you don't remember, this is what it looks like. Hopefully it doesn't glare too bad in the bag. But, so I hope this weekend I can get the fabric for this and get all the, if I need any floss for it. I have like so much floss, probably almost every color imaginable that I have, so I don't know if I'll actually need to buy any more or not, but I'm going to check today and hopefully this weekend get the fabric for it and get started on that. I'm super excited about it. One of the things that I noticed was for the size of the picture, it doesn't really have a finished size. Like some patterns will say how big it's going to be when it's done, depending on what count fabric you use. This one doesn't, and it's important to know what size fabric to get so that you don't run out of space or have way too much fabric left over at the end. So I just wanted to mention that if you ever run into this problem, it's pretty easy to figure out how big your pattern is going to be, or your finished product's going to be. If you take your stitch count and divide it by your fabric count, that will give you how many inches it will be. So like for example, this one is 189 stitches by 281 stitches, and I'm going to use 18 count Aida, so my finished product will be 10.5 by 15.6 inches. So just if you ever run into that, it's pretty easy to figure out. The last thing, the last pattern that I'm going to talk about is, so I decided last weekend to go through and organize all my cross stitch stuff. It was just kind of all in boxes. It was a mess. My husband made some really nice shelves for me. He's a carpenter and does some pretty cool stuff. So he made some nice shelves for me. So I was just kind of organizing everything, going through my patterns. I had so many kits and just patterns that I've collected over the years. Like 20 years ago, Hobby Lobby used to have this cross stitch clearance section, and my mom and I would go like sometimes once a week and just buy whatever they had because it was so cheap. And so I've got just so much stuff that I'm never ever gonna do. I probably shouldn't have even bought it, even though it was on clearance. So any of that stuff I just packed up, took it to Goodwill, let somebody enjoy it. But when I was going through all that stuff, I found 2 or 3 small patterns. So I don't usually do those, but I thought it might be fun. I love lighthouses. So I found, oh, there's a glare. I found this one, and it's like 5 by 7, so it's not very big. And it's a kit, so it's got everything with it. So I think I'm going to start working on that this week and see how it goes. But so that'll be fun. There's something else. Oh, I don't know if anybody noticed, but the last video I made last weekend, when I talked about my pets, I said I had a dog and 3 cats, and one of the cats had recently joined our family. So we've had the dog and two of the cats for 4 or 5 years. They're pretty much their whole lives. But this new cat, we live in the city, and we get a lot of stray cats, a lot of feral cats. There's a lady that comes into our neighborhood, and she catches the feral cats and takes them to a place called C-Snip, and it gets them fixed, and then she sets them free and she feeds them and stuff, which has helped the cat problem a lot. But so we had this really nice cat, and at first we thought he was a stray, but we started, he was just hanging out by our house, and he had a hurt paw, and the weather started getting colder a couple weeks ago, so we felt really bad just letting him stay outside because he's such a nice cat. So we let him in the house. Our other 2 cats and dog got along with him really well, which surprised me because our cat Rio he can be a real jerk. But they all got along really well. We put up flyers, we posted an ad on Craigslist, trying to find his family, because it was pretty obvious that he had always been probably an indoor cat. He has to have a family somewhere. But nobody had claimed him, so we were just going to keep him because he was so nice. And then we started to notice, so his hurt paw, it looked like a puncture wound, and we thought, well, it'll probably just heal. It was just kind of like on the top of his paw, and it kind of seemed like it was getting better. And then Tuesday, I noticed he had a second wound on the top of his foot, which was weird because he hasn't been outside since he's been in our house, so there's no way that he could have got hurt. And then I got home from work on Wednesday, and we noticed that there was blood on one of our dining room chairs, and we were checking him over, and the bottom side of his paw was in really bad shape. And it must have just happened like overnight, because when I was looking at the top of his paw on Tuesday, the bottom was fine. So it was something that was kind of spreading. We called the vet. We don't have a lot of money to take this cat that we're really not that emotionally attached to into the vet and spend all kinds of money. But we called the vet, explained what was going on. They said it sounded like a skin ulcer, which I guess cats can get pretty frequently. And in order to figure out how to treat it, they would have had to figure out what caused it. In order to do that, they would have to run a bunch of tests, which would be really expensive. And then depending on the cause, it could be one of those things where it's easily treatable with just some antibiotics, or it could be this huge, serious thing where he needs to have surgeries and, care at the vet's office and all this stuff, and we just couldn't do that. So the vet had suggested that we just take him to our local animal shelter. Michigan's a no-kill state now, so they'll fix him up, they'll figure out what's going on, and then he'll get adopted out to a new family. So it was hard and sad to do that, but I think for our family and our finances and for his well-being, it was the best choice to make. So we're back to just our dog and 2 other cats, and so it was kind of an emotional week a little bit, but we got through it, and today's Friday and weekend's coming and it's great. So we don't have any plans at all this weekend that I know of. I have to get groceries because there's nothing to eat in this house right now. But so I think when I'm done working today, I'm going to get all my housework done. Don't have to worry about it this weekend. And then I can just stitch all weekend. So I should be able to get quite a bit done. Pretty excited about that. But, gosh, I'm talking for 10 minutes already. So I think I'm going to wrap this up and go wake up my family soon. But, yeah, thanks again. And I'm so excited. So I will make another video next Friday and keep doing it for as long as I do it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.